All right. So here's the example that we have. We're going to add 3 1/4 and 5 2/3. And we're going to start with method 1, which says, let's get our improper fractions first, then get a lowest common denominator. Now, how do we 3 1/4 tractable plus 5 2/3? Let's see if we can remember, how do we change from those mixed numbers to improper fractions? So 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1. This would be 13 over 4. And 5 2/3 is going to be 15 plus 2, 17 over 3. So there's step 1. We need to get improper fractions first. Now, these pieces and these pieces are not the same size, so at this moment we can't add them up. If we want to make them the same size, what would the common denominator be? 12. Because if you counted by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, and counted by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 is the first one that's common in both of them. And to get 12, we need to multiply this by 3. So if we multiply this by 3, 3 times 13, we'll get 39. And to get 12 here, we're going to have to multiply this by 4 and this by 4, so you might need to take your calculator out. 17 times 4 is 68. I think it's 68. So you can check it on your calculator, 17 times 4. Take your calculator out. And then if you have 39 pieces of this size and 68 pieces of that size, it is 68? Good. Then if we add those up total, we have 170 pieces in total. 107, not 170. Lexi. Thank you. We're just as a preliminary example. We don't have to get this into our notes yet. Okay. So now if you take that 107 over 12, and someone said, how many chocolate bars do you have? Yes. Sure. There's 8 full ones, because if we divide it by 12, you're going to get a decimal that says 8 something. And then there's 11 pieces left over. So we've got 8 and 11 twelfths. Now, in this first method where we changed it to improper fractions first and then got our common denominator and added, we get 8 and 11 twelfths, but we deal with some big numbers. Okay? So that was strategy number 1. Proper fractions first, lowest common denominator. We're just making this a video right now, so I'll come talk to you in a bit. The second one, where we add the whole numbers first and then the fractions separately. So I'm going to look at the same question. 3 1/4 and 5 2/3. If we look at this and do the numbers separately, well, what's 3 plus 5? And then what's 1/4 plus 2/3? Well, 3 plus 5 is straightforward. That's going to be 8. And in a real life example, if you were adding, this is what you would do, right? I've got 3 full chocolate bars, 5 full chocolate bars. I know for sure I have 8 full chocolate bars. Well, if I want to add 1/4 plus 2/3, again, we can't add them right now because the pieces are different sizes. So what we're going to have to do is get this to have a common denominator. And we already know the common denominator is 12. But when I do the work here, my numbers are a lot smaller than they were the last time with the improper fractions. So I'm going to get 3 out of 12. 2 times 4 is 8 out of 12. Now the pieces are the same size, so I can add them up. So my fractions add up to 11 out of 12. When I put that together, I've got 8 full ones and 11 out of 12. So take out your notes.